Hi, my name is Andrew Dupstott. I'm the Education and Interpretation Supervisor for North Carolina Historic Sites. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the USS Underwriter expedition. The Underwriter expedition was the naval portion of a Confederate attempt to retake New Bern from the Union occupiers in late January and early February of 1864. The naval party that undertook the raid was gathered here at Kinston and then floated downriver in multiple small boats and launches to attack whatever Union ship they could find in the river near New Bern. When they arrived at New Bern, they found the USS Underwriter at anchor in the river off of one of the fortifications. At approximately 2 a.m. on February the 2nd, the Confederates attacked the Underwriter. The Confederate force was led by John Taylor Wood. He had about 220 men, which included officers, enlisted men, and Confederate States Marines. They attacked the Underwriter, which, because it was lying at anchor, only had about half of its crew on board, maybe 40 or 45 men. It was a cold and misty and rainy night, and the fighting was very brutal and hand-to-hand. But as brutal as the fighting was, the battle didn't last long. Within about 15 minutes, the Confederates had secured the ship. Now, the ultimate goal was to try to bring the ship back upriver and convert it to Confederate use and thereby use it in tandem with the CSS Noose to launch further attacks downriver. The Confederates unfortunately found out that there weren't any fires in the boilers at the time and that they were not going to be able to move the ship. Union Army in the forts on the shore at New Bern realized what was going on and started firing on the USS Underwriter. The Confederates made the decision at that point that all they could do was destroy the ship and row back upriver. And that's what they did. They set the USS Underwriter on fire. When the fire got to her powder magazine, she blew up and sank in the river right there at New Bern. The Confederates retreated back to Kinston, and most of them went back to where they had come from. There were sailors here from Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, even Richmond and Norfolk, all over the South. Most of those sailors went back to their previous duty stations after the Underwriter expedition. However, a number of the officers did stay here in Kinston and served the rest of their careers on the CSS Noose as part of her officer corps. The reason a lot of people don't know about the Underwriter expedition is because the attempt to retake New Bern was a huge failure. The Army never really made good on their attempt to retake the city, and the naval attack was really the most successful part of it. Now, if you want to know more about the Underwriter expedition or anything else going on in North Carolina in the first half of 1864, I would recommend this book, The Fight for the Old North State by Hampton Newsom. This is an excellent book that tells the story of the Civil War in eastern North Carolina between January and May of 1864, and a new edition has just been published in paperback. So go out and try to find Fight for the Old North State by Hampton Newsom. It's an excellent book. You'll be glad you got it.